Hey, how's it going, everyone? I want to share with you an article. I'm going to read through it real quickly and then give you my thoughts. So, you may have heard, I saw this on the front cover of Yahoo and some other source. It was entitled Regular Ibuprofen Use May Contribute to Male Infertility, study says. Regularly taking common over-the-counter painkillers may contribute to male infertility, a problem that affects roughly 7% of American men, according to new research. I'm going to paraphrase a little bit. A study published from the National Academy of Sciences found that regular ibuprofen may lead to compensated hypogonadism, which is a condition that can lead to infertility, erectile dysfunction, depression, and loss of bone and muscle mass, among other symptoms. The condition is most commonly seen in smokers and the elderly, but the new research suggests it can affect young men too. So the researchers, they recruited 31 healthy men between the ages of 18 and 35. 14 of the men took 2 600 milligram doses of ibuprofen per day for 6 weeks, an amount consistent with what many athletes take to manage aches and pains, while the remaining 17 took placebo pills. And ibuprofen is FYI, is a generic name that includes Advil and Motrin. Tylenol, on the other hand, is different. That's acetaminophen, just FYI. So the both groups of men submitted blood tests and hormonal analysis throughout the study. After 14 days of ibuprofen use, the researchers observed higher blood levels of luteinizing hormone, which regulates the production of testosterone and other hormones. After 44 days, levels were even higher. Testosterone production, however, did not increase concurrently, resulting in a lower ratio of testosterone to luteinizing hormone, a sign of hypogonadism, according to the paper. So the researchers also observed other hormonal disruptions at 14 and 44 days, blah, 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 blah. The researchers tested the direct effect of ibuprofen on testicles using samples that also found that boys born... Oh, sorry, I think something got cut off. So basically, they also found out that boys that were born to mothers who took ibuprofen during their first trimester of pregnancy may have impaired testicular development as well. So real quick, yeah, it's a very interesting study. It was only 31 people, but they did do it for 6 weeks. I think the main point that I want to get across is, just because on the label of anything you take it states do not take X amount more than the recommended dosage, I like to be more cautious. And for someone who has aches and pains all the time as well, from weightlifting and just from stress and some other things, I used to have some lower back issues. Even that, if you take the maximum dose that's recommended, stuff like this could potentially happen. Or I should say, most things, you want to be a little bit cautious, because you need to remember that these pharmaceutical companies, they make a ton of money. And yes, they do all this testing and they put a recommended dosage, a maximum dosage. However, you just never know down the road, like in this case. And also on this article, someone in the comment section said, like, back in the 60s, they would take a lot of ibuprofen because they were getting a lot of migraines, and back then they didn't have as much, advanced technology for migraines, and this person ended up getting like kidney disease. So just as a reminder, just be very, very cautious. And whatever the maximum is, just try to do it the natural way if possible. So if you have a lot of soreness, try to get massages. I even did videos on, I'll probably link it at the end. I have a roller, a foam roller, although I haven't used it in a while, but that's good to get out all the knots in your back. Meditation, hot baths, yoga to gain more flexibility, stuff like that. The other alternative to having a lot of pain or in general could be marijuana, and that's for another discussion. But you know, that could be another potential, you know, option for people out there. So that's my 2 cents on this. So once again, just because something says go ahead, you can take it this X amount of times, just kind of, you can take it, you know, like for me, for instance, personally, before I depart, I'll take ibuprofen or acetaminophen once in a while. I don't know, I don't really track it, but I would venture to guess, to stipulate that I'd probably take it, you know, when it gets really bad, when I'm just like, you know, I have a lot of head pain, and I'll take it once every few months, or, you know, I'll have a stretch where I'll take it a couple times a week, and then I'll just wean off it. Because you got to remember also, your body will develop tolerance to it, and the last thing you want is to develop tolerance, because you end up having to take more, kind of like a drug addict. So anyways, that's my time. I just want to share with you that article. So just be careful out there, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.